The opening moments of Earth Abides Episode 4 are entirely focused on the aftermath of the shocking ending of Earth Abides Episode 3, in which Ish was viciously attacked by a mountain lion. The episode begins slowly, revealing what happens to Ish after he is attacked by a mountain lion in Episode 3, but it gets increasingly intense as it goes on, as Ish and the survivors encounter a new set of setbacks, conflicts, and challenges. In the first seconds of Episode 4, all of the survivors band together to help Ish after he is attacked in Earth Abides Episode 3. While Molly cleans him and sutures him, they all put pressure on his wounds. Ish also has a momentary cessation of breathing throughout the process. Molly does CPR, though, to make sure he stays with them. Despite suffering numerous deadly injuries, Ish unexpectedly survives to live another day. It takes time for his injuries to heal, for obvious reasons, but in the end he appears to fully recover, leaving only a few scars on his body. Emma takes her gun into the wilderness to get revenge for Ish's. She shoots the mountain lion many times as soon as she spots it in the distance. She takes this action to protect her loved ones from further attacks by the lion. Molly sees Ish as he finally begins to show signs of recovery and expresses her amazement that he is still alive in spite of having suffered numerous deadly injuries. She praises his strength and claims that if he hadn't been able to keep battling, he wouldn't have survived. In response, Ish claims that everyone else performed all the heavy labor and that he just stayed in bed. He gives Molly full credit for saving his life by applying her medical expertise. At this point, Molly discloses that she never finished medical school. She remembers feeling incompetent all the time and dropping out after the first year. After its first arc, Earth Abides shifts to a timeline where Ish has nearly fully recovered, and the survivor community is up and thriving again, with many younger members of the community growing up and becoming direct contributors to the community. Because Earth Abides is about survival and community rather than Ish's personal journey, it makes sense that the series jumps ahead a few years in the future rather than just following Ish's road to recovery. Despite the fact that Ish and Emma's parental responsibilities are greatly diminished, they continue to work diligently to ensure humanity's survival. Two younger survivors who were born after the epidemic decide to go on a journey after growing up in the survivor society. Their parents do not prevent them from traveling and learning more about the world because they are old enough to take care of themselves. Emma's daughter is one of the two departing survivors. Because of this, Emma is concerned about her ability to protect herself in the real world. She is reassured by her daughter that she has taught her enough skills to be able to protect herself and live outside of their safe haven. The others discover they are running low on water shortly after the young survivors depart. To find out what happened to the water, Ish and Jorge go to a neighboring dam. Along with discovering a dried-up river, they also discover a badly corroded and ruined pipeline from the dam. Unless it rains, Ish thinks they will only have a week to live on the water they have left. They are forced to leave the location a short while later as a few cars drive by above them on the dam. The new group of survivors follows them to their house and greets them with warmth, even though Ish and his team depart before the survivors can visit and speak with them. As usual, Ish feels nervous about allowing them to remain, but Charlie, their leader, calmly gives him the water they still have and even offers to use a boring machine to assist them in digging a well. He is compelled to grant Ish and his people permission to remain, since they are in dire need of a water source. Ish makes an effort to persuade Emma that Charlie isn't right. Emma dismisses his assertions, stating that he made similar remarks about earlier survivors who joined them. Ish acknowledges that he has made mistakes in the past regarding people and their intentions, but he doesn't accept that he is incorrect about Charlie. Emma is adamant that the only reason Ish feels threatened by Charlie's entrance is because he challenges his authority by using his charm to influence everyone. But in his heart, Ish really thinks Charlie is up to no good. Ish worries that if they are successful in excavating the well, there would be more severe repercussions, while Emma wonders what will happen if they are unsuccessful. It takes Charlie and his guys nearly the entire Earth Abides episode to dig out a well, but just as everyone is beginning to lose faith, a water fountain emerges from the earth, indicating the precise location where their well needs to be dug. Ish is devastated when his greatest dread comes true, which makes him reevaluate his role in the community. Ish has mainly depended on his prior knowledge and survival skills since the beginning of the pandemic. When Emma first arrived, he had to take on a number of primordial responsibilities to make sure they lived in a civilization that had fallen apart. Even though he has successfully balanced going back to his primordial roots with using contemporary techniques to support himself throughout the years, Charlie's entrance and future leadership pose a challenge to his strategy. Ish worries that Charlie will take control at the end of Earth Abides Episode 4 and force everyone to live in a more archaic manner.